invitation to participate in COP27 World Leaders Summit from 6 to 8 November 2022 in Sharm el-Sheikh. Foreign Minister, Minister for Climate Change, Minister for Information, and Minister of State for Foreign Affairs were part of the delegation. In Sharm el-Sheikh, the Prime Minister had a busy agenda. He co-chaired with the Prime Ministers of Norway and Egypt a high-level roundtable on climate change and sustainability of vulnerable communities. He attended Middle East Green Initiative Summit, chaired by Saudi Arabia, and an event on Green Shield against climate risk for loss and damages support, which was co-hosted by the German Chancellor and the President of Ghana. During these events, the Prime Minister briefed the participants on the state of flood-hit areas of Pakistan and government's efforts for rehabilitation and reconstruction. He reiterated the need for international solidarity and cooperation in mitigating the impact of climate change on developing countries, including Pakistan. He underscored the importance of simplified, long-term climate financing instrument to help developing countries in mitigating adverse effects of climate change. The visit gave Pakistan an opportunity to highlight the climate-induced flood catastrophe in Pakistan on impact of climate change, particularly being faced by the developing countries. COP27 also provided an opportunity for the Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister to engage with world leaders, exchange views on bilateral and regional issues of mutual concern, and mobilize international support and solidarity with Pakistan. The Prime Minister held meetings with UN Secretary General, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and German Chancellor. He met with the Crown Princes of Bahrain and Kuwait, Presidents of Estonia, Tajikistan, Iraq, UAE, and the European Council. Prime Minister of Belgium, Netherlands, Norway, Spain, Lebanon, and the Vice Presidents of Indonesia also had brief interactions with the Prime Minister, as well as the Secretary General of the Arab League and the Managing Director of IMF. Foreign Minister met his counterparts from Egypt, France, and the United Kingdom. He also held meetings with the Administrator of UNDP and Special Envoy of the US President on Climate. Similarly, the Ministers for Foreign Affairs and the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and the Minister of Climate Change also held meetings with key participants. The Foreign Minister, Bilal Zardari, undertook a visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on 9 to 10 November. During the visit, the Foreign Minister co-chaired the joint subcommittee meeting of the inaugural session of the Ministerial Committee of the Political and Security Pillar of the Saudi-Pakistan Supreme Coordination Committee. The committee discussed political, economic, and security cooperation between the two countries. The two sides reaffirmed their strong commitment to further strengthen bilateral strategic cooperation. During the talks, regional issues of mutual interest and the role of OIC were also discussed. In Saudi Arabia, the Foreign Minister also held a meeting with the Secretary General of GCC to discuss bilateral ties between Pakistan and GCC countries. They discussed regional situation in Afghanistan and recent floods in Pakistan with focus on Pakistan-GCC cooperation to mitigate impact of climate change. They agreed to revitalize the dialogue between Pakistan and GCC, which is an important partner for Pakistan, with special focus on the three pillars of political and security, trade and investment, and food security and agriculture. The European Union Commissioner for Migration and Home Affairs, Her Excellency Ulva Johansson, visited Pakistan from 13 to 14 November 2022. During the visit, the EU Commissioner visited Peshawar, Bala Hisar Fort on 13th November and held meetings with the Frontier Corps and federal investigation officials on border management. On 14th November, she held meetings with the Secretary of Ministry of Overseas Pakistanis, Secretary Interior, and and Secretary, Ministry of Federal Education and Professional Training in Islamabad. She also called on the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Her Excellency Hina Rabbani Khar. The meeting was followed by a joint press takeout, and we were all present there. The EU Commissioner's visit focused on migration-related matters, including